I have a message for you. To do or not to do. Those are some of the most famous words of life. Whether I will sleep now or actually study. Good question to ask oneself, especially when he is preoccupied. Out of all that time, what was the one thing I forgot to do? Or let's discard that word. What was the one thing that would have been worth it? And not just worth it, but have been awesome. It's the one thing that, well, we often forget. And our answer is simple. Simple as Abraham Lincoln pie, if there ever was such a thing. And if you still haven't thought of the question that needs to be answered, then let's think of the answer to the question that doesn't need to be questioned. And again, if that made sense, then continue on with this madness that will turn into something. You see, the point of me bringing up to do this or to do that, or to continue on with my day, or doing my usual routine, is not to say that those are bad, or I shouldn't, or I should do something more. The question is that during each of those periods of time, or in between the periods of time, I have the choice to just say the one thing that we, especially we as Americans, forget. Saying thank you. It's weird. It's understandable. Just saying thank you. Just saying that. I mean, think of it. We have like hundreds of people doing so many things for us. Best example, teachers. They wake up in the morning just not and don't get paid that very well. Just to teach us. And think of this. How many of us actually respect our teachers and don't give them hard times? I can regrettably say I do give my teacher hard times. Not always, but I do. And how many of us actually thank our teacher after class and say thank you? Thank you for taking the time to teach us. Thank you for many things. And the same goes with jobs. They don't have to give us a job. They don't have to really pay us. They could just do it like the old days. Do work. Why? Because it's fun. But no. The point I was trying to make is not to get you guys to feel guilty. Guilt? No. That is not my style. Not right now. No. What I'm saying is that, and during all the time we don't do that, we don't even think of God. And I'm not going to take it that you're going to automatically know God right now. So let's ask this question. It's a question that you probably ask yourself. Okay. I don't really care. I don't know God. What's God up with me? What? Should I thank Him? Why? Period. I mean, why? So many why questions, and I could go on. I could really go on. But let's not. Let's ask the real questions here. what has God done for us that we should think of? I love answering this question. Actually, before I even answer that, let's go down to roots. Testimony style. When I was younger, birth. Now, point being, birth stage though. We're talking about the birth, so don't get mixed up with now and then. I'm sorry. I'm tired, really. So yeah. So when I was born autistic. I was born special ed. I was not born like other children, yet no children really is quite the same. Except I will say this. There are those children that are not autistic, not special ed, not I forgot the word. I'll bring it up later if I remember. Okay, sorry. So I was born autistic with autism. Did not actually know that until like last year. I'm like 19. Yeah, I was supposed to lie, but again, back to the point. I was born with autism. In most of the cases, and in fact, pretty much, I would have to say a random percentage that does not really have to do with it, but let's just say, let's say 95% are born with autism and actually are able to do, 95% of autism aren't able to do things that regular people do in regular day life. That's usually the case. So now and then 5%, they're capable of doing things even though they're autistic. But if you are born like that, it's not going to change. If you're born really with lots of autism, that doesn't change. It doesn't even lighten. It just continues on the way it is. If you like autism, then you're going to stay up. You're not just stay at that level. So, now the question you ask yourself, apologies, someone called from Everest College, because I gave information about being interested in college there. It's actually pretty cool, helps you get your jobs in, at least select few anyways. But again, back to what I was saying. What was I saying? So autism. Yeah, I was born with it. And in my life, I was born with it, and I had pretty high autism. I was in my own world. I talked regularly. I talked great. I didn't really talk much. When I did talk, I made nonsense like hapu food and many things like that. Of course, no one's gonna understand, and understand this out because it's not exactly a language. So I was born with that. I was being raised as that. But weirdly, around age 6, that's when everything changed. Everything. I actually started to learn, past the level that I would be considered to be at. And that's not common. In fact, that is a miracle. I'm sorry. I look like my God. But yeah. So that was the beginning of something that I would deem understand. I just thought oh, I'm learning like everyone else, just at a slower pace. So yeah, and then that would just continue to happen. Before I even knew I was special ed, my mom, my sisters, not my brother, but my brother, we all grew, of course. And I just kept on growing more and surpassing every single thing. I no longer was just in my own world that most autistic kids were in. I was actually able to communicate with other people. I actually knew what was going on. I was able to make connections, able to make friends. Not just that, but communicate. Communicate with fellow people. I was able to get homework, able to meet classes. I can't describe that. The way I was, God knows. The way I was not capable of doing most things I just mentioned. And now I can. So here's the question I have. When I realized I was special ed, for our course I realized I was autistic, did I ever realize how amazing that was? Did I ever realize how God did an number on my life? And I have an answer for you. It's a quick, easy, simple answer.